Hey everybody, Chris van Niekerk here at Blue Rhino Safaris. Yeah, I just had my Kaokoland tour of 2024. Very successful, good feedback, and very nice. So I'm going to repeat 2024 the same in 2025. I think it's worth just doing the same tour. There's not much that needs to be changed on it, and you get several different experience out of it. But before I get to that, I'm going to discuss the 2025 tour in a bit. Before that, I'm just going to go through a few pictures that we took now on the 24 tour. But then as an introduction, a little something about the picture on the screen. As Homo sapiens on the planet, we have a connection with the sun and also the moon. It has just been Easter weekend. And in America, there was a big thing about Easter Sunday falling on the same day as some other holidays, and this was now big problems. But did you know that Easter, the Christian Easter Sunday, the Easter weekend, is determined by the moon? It's not on a calendar, it's determined by the moon. And the way it is determined is the first full moon after the 21st of March, which is your spring equinox or whatever they would call it. After the spring day, which is the 21st of March, the first full moon, the first Sunday after that is Easter Sunday. That is how it's determined, and that is how it gets onto your calendar. So we have a link with the moon as far as determining our calendar, obviously, but for Christians, their Easter Sunday is determined by the moon. Further, this picture that you see here is the sunset in the Kaokoland. Now, studies have shown that Homo sapiens, humans, when we see this color that the sunset produces, this red, this very specific red spectrum tells the brain that it is the end of the day and the brain needs to switch off. So this is a very important message for the brain that the day has ended and you have to start relaxing. And it's sort of that key to the evening is the sunset. That is why people that work in environments with artificial lights, they don't have a sunset. So their brain doesn't switch off as well as people that do have the sunset. So Bushmen obviously used to be in a good position because they had sunsets every day and they could see it every day, and they could have the experience of their brains recognizing the color, and then the chemicals get released that slows you down and gets you ready for the evening. So it's very important in everybody's life to enjoy sunsets if and when possible. And don't just know that it's sunset, take it in, sit there and look at the colors, because those colors are important for your brain. That helps you to switch off and sleep better at night. So sunset is not just the sunset. It plays a very big role on us as humans. But yeah, if you wanted to see nice sunsets, Kaokoland is the perfect place to do it. But onto a few pictures and photographs. This is a photograph of the group on 2024. Just shows you the size of the group. This is where we stopped at one of the lone men. So you can see the groups are this 6 vehicles plus me. That's about the size of the groups that we do. From Windhoek up to Ipupa Falls. The next slide is about Ipupa Falls. The falls are in flood this time of the year, and really spectacular to actually see. Nice 2 days that we spend at the falls. We take the day off, get our washing done, go for a swim. The lodges have swimming pools, restaurants, bars, so have a draft beer on tap. Very nice to do. The next slide is just my vehicle. This was one of my guests that took this picture and said there's a nice picture of your vehicle in sunset. And yeah, me and my little tent and my setup that I use to go camping. Keep it simple, keep it straightforward, keep everything in the vehicle, don't pack stuff on the ground, and then camping becomes very easy. The next thing that is quite significant on the trip is we do the drums. You've heard of red drum and blue drum and whatever drums. And these are the drums. The first one that you'll encounter is going to be red drum. The second one that you will encounter And Red Drum is where we stop for coffee always. We have a coffee stop there. I boil a kettle, you bring your cup, and we have a nice cup of coffee at Red Drum. Then from Red Drum you go over to Blue Drum, and then from Blue Drum you end up at Orange Drum, where the split is to the Kunene mouth. And then if you've ever been into the heart of the deal, then you get to Green Drum. Green Drum is the furthest of the lot, the closest to the Namib Desert. And yeah, so we do all the drums. If you haven't seen them, I will tell you the story behind the drums, what it's all about. So that's all cool. And then something else which is quite special is the Lone Men. There's roughly, I think there's about 40 of them in the Kaokoland. And these are just the different ones that we see on the route. Not all of them, but some of the ones that we have pictures of. So the one hanging from the rock, the one standing close to where our bush camp is. We can't reach our campsite, so we have a lovely night in the desert there where my vehicle is in the sunset. That is one of our bush camps. It's just out in the middle of the desert for the night. Really spectacular. My favorite Lone Man of the ones I see is the one at the tree, which is close to Green Drum. And the sign on the Lone Man says, please give the tree some water. So every group that stops there will give the tree a bit of water. And this tree is still alive. I think it was planted there by the artist. But yeah, it's quite a cool Lone Man. And then just a picture of the roads that we travel. Here is a picture of the type of roads we travel. And then some typical stuff that you see. House on the Hill, Marble Camp, landmarks that everybody knows. It's really nice to see them. This picture, second last picture, is the one of our transition between the mountainous area and the desert area. Basically, if I don't do Van Sails, then I have to do a different route. And this is the route I do. It's still a 4x4 route, but it's a much prettier route than Van Sails is, in my opinion. Also, we can't get to where we need to in one day, and that is a bush camp. So only 2 bush camps for the whole trip, but really nice bush camps to use. Nothing difficult. To go one night without a shower is not the end of the world. And then obviously we also do the Deutschland Trekkers. We stop at the Swartboys Drift Memorial, and I tell you the story of the Deutschland Trekkers. But all very cool. But let's have a look at 2025 and what is available as far as Kaokoland goes for next year. So very much the same as this year. So if you read about it and you thought it would be a good idea to do this trip, 8 April 2025, we meet in Windhoek for 15 nights. The price is basically the same as this year. I'm trying to keep it down still. After COVID, everybody is recovering a little bit, so I'm trying to keep this price down as much as I can, but it will go up pretty soon. So I would say maybe as soon as you can book, you'll get it at this price. If you're going to book later in the year for next year, the price might have gone up. It all depends on the suppliers, what they do. But you can click on the read more sign and go over to Kaokoland 2025. So let's just look at the map and go through it basically. So we start our trip in Windhoek. So if you're renting a vehicle, you can rent it in Windhoek, pick it up in Windhoek. Our first night is in Windhoek. We meet there. The next day we go through, do a little bit of shopping at Uchu, camp outside of Etosha for 2 nights. Lovely campsite, bar, restaurant, swimming pool, and we go in for the day just to have a look around at the southern area of Etosha. So nothing serious, just a bit of fun, relaxing a little bit after the long drive to get there. Then after that is done, we head north towards Ruacana. Ruacana we do a full stop and then head off to Ipupa Falls. You saw the picture of Ipupa Falls. We are there for 2 days. Again, swimming pool, restaurant, bar, nice campsite, green grass. Lovely to just stay at Ipupa Falls. Green grass? No, not green grass. Swimming pool, bar and restaurant, all there. Nice shade, not green grass, nice shade. Then when we finish there, we head down towards Apuo. We do a bit of shopping, fill up our vehicles, make sure everything is filled, ready to go. And the next few days we are going into Solitude. We head down the Van Zyls Pass alternative. We do a bush camp and then up to the Marine Flus for 2 nights. We spend 2 nights in the Marine Flus just to enjoy that experience, and then head down, start looking for the Lone Men, past the Green Drum, past the desert area, up to Puros. From Puros we go through to Palmwag. We stop at Fort Sesfontein, have a sandwich there, and we start getting back into civilization after our week that we spent in the Kaokoland area. Then down to the Damaraland area, where we go to Twyfelfontein, the rock etchings, we visit there. Then through to the Brandberg, where we sleep for the second last night, and then our last night we spend at Swakopmund. The only change I might make to the trip for 2025 is just to make sure that our last night we can go to a nice restaurant in Swakopmund. This year we were there on a long weekend, and I didn't think it was going to be an issue, but when we got there, all the restaurants was either closed. It was a Monday. It was either closed or fully booked. So we ended up doing our own thing on the last night, where we would normally just have a nice dinner together in a nice restaurant. So there is a nice restaurant on site, and I normally prefer to eat there. We don't have to drive anywhere. We can just walk there. It's very close. So, yeah. So, yeah, 2025 is on the books. If you are interested, I already have one vehicle booked for it. If you want to book, please get your booking in early. You'll get it at the price advertised. I might just up that price for 2025 a little bit later in the year, depending on what the supplier campsites do as we go forward. But to make sure, just get your booking in and you'll get it at that price. A lovely trip. You need a 4x4 for it just to enjoy it. We do some riverbeds, river crossings, sand crossings where you need a 4x4 just to make sure that you can get through. Because we don't know what it looks like up front, the roads could have washed away. 2x4 can do most of it, but 4x4 just makes life so much easier. You can tow if you want to tow. I would not. It's unnecessary, but if that's your camping stuff, then that's your camping stuff. You bring it, you can tow there, no problem. So if you're interested, let me know. Send me an email, and make sure to get your booking in as soon as possible. Next week, Thursday, on the 11th of April, I'm heading up to Morocco, France and Morocco, and I'll be away for about 4 or 5 weeks. So it's going to be a bit difficult to handle the bookings, but if you can get in the next 7 days or so, you should be all right without any hassles. So if you want to go, send me a mail, make sure to get your name on the list, and we go to Kaokoland 2025. Have a good day, stay safe, cheers.